Exactly. And the next team that we're going to, or one of the next teams we're going to talk about, um, routinely goes for that highlight play, instead of moving the chains 10 years at a time, as Brandon alluded to. And the team that I'm talking about is the Chiefs. So the Chiefs and Bills game. If you listen to last week's episode, that was one of the games that we had highlighted for the week. Um, and it was a good game. It was pretty high scoring, so it didn't disappoint in that regard. Um, but this game didn't have the back and forth, the drama, the tough finish that I was hoping to kind of see out of it. The game was over pretty early as KC got blown out 38-2, sorry, 38-20. This leaving the Chiefs falling to 2-3 on the season, and the Bills are rising to 4-1 on the season, being led by their rookie quarterback. So, Brandon, I want to hear from you. What did you see anything from the Bills and Josh Allen this weekend?
Um, exactly what I predicted. First off, last week I had the Bills winning in that game. I didn't have a decided margin like that, but I did have them winning the game. I think they're the better all around team. I don't think they're a better offense, obviously, than the Chiefs. I don't think that they're the best offense in the league. I don't think they're the best defense in the league either, but I think they have a strong balance. They're both elite on either side. Um, and it's exactly the situation that I highlighted a couple weeks ago. Mahomes can't dig them out of every single hole every week. But this is the first time that I've watched a Chiefs game and not felt like they were in it. I feel like even when they're down by 10, 20 points, you always feel like they're going to come back. And that might stem from the Houston game where it all started, but I don't know, maybe you guys feel differently. There's usually a feeling that the Chiefs will figure it out in the game. If they're down by 10, whatever, they'll come back. Down by 20, they still stand a pretty good chance of coming back. This game didn't feel like that at all. This game felt like the Bills were having their way with the Chiefs' offense and defense. Tyreek didn't go off. Kelsey didn't have too much excitement. It seemed like they figured them out, and I'm hoping it's a trend that continues. But I know we touted this as the AFC Championship game. I don't think it's going to be the case. I think there's a more exciting game we should look forward to that we're not going to get this season, which is the Chargers and the Bills.
Mm, Chargers and Bills. That's an interesting lineup. Would love to see that game, but kind of staying with this one. Jen, you were one of the first people to call the Chiefs fall off. I was skeptical when you first brought it up, but have you seen anything from the Chiefs that changes your mind, or do you think that this is pretty much just continue to go downhill for the Chiefs?
It's going to be all downhill from now. They're like the 2020 Cowboys. You know, it's defense absolutely the worst. I mean, they are the absolute worst defense that's out there this season, and you can't put everything on the offense's shoulders because they're going to have off days like what they had last Sunday. Again, this just makes me think that with all the other teams around, the Chiefs is not going to make the playoffs this season, and then they're gonna have to decide on what they're gonna do with Andy Reid because you know he's he's like a Mike McCarthy, like he's gonna put in his work for a set amount of time, just like what he did with Philly, and after that it's gonna be all downhill from there.
If they short up the defense, they'd be fine. Like if they had an average defense, they'd be in good shape. The problem is they have a terrible defense that's historically bad, worse so than last year's Cowboys, which were also historically bad.
Oh man, whatever they do with that top five pick or top 10 pick, whatever their first round pick is, pretty much whatever their picks are for this year, just spend them all on defense. Just everything defense, because that defense absolutely sucks.